What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I am Nick.
That was a pause. I am Joe.
I was making sure my mic was set up right, and I was confused. Um,
Ah,
and we're talking about Collision from December 5th or 6th. See, I'm used to it always
is it the
starting.
sixth or
It's
is
the
it the seventh?
it's the 6th. I'm used to saying the day before
Yes.
because we're usually recording after midnight,
Yeah.
so we're a little early. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. If you haven't done so yet, we see you watching. We see you watching.
Yeah, we do. Like and sub.
Like and sub.
Leave comments.
Dislike
We
and sub. Just or talk to us.
engage.
Come say hi.
Engage. Yeah, engage.
Um. So, dude, Joe and I were talking, and listen, wrestling has been rough for Joe the last couple weeks for some reason. He's just not been connecting with the shows, and this is like the first great collision of the year. I say great, guys. There's been some good episodes,
Yeah, this was a really, really solid show.
but this
Really solid show.
they had a really good balance of promo work and wrestling, and the wrestling wasn't terrible. I will even go out on a limb and say none of the wrestling was terrible. There was like one very mediocre match, and I don't know if it's because they got rushed or
Yep.
if old girl really got hurt.
Yep.
Um,
Commentary was decent.
Commentary was manageable. Like Riccaboni was a nice, just
Breakup of Shivani.
Shivani and Nigel. To be honest,
Yeah.
um,
Well, Riccaboni gives somebody for Nigel to actually bounce off of, where Shivani usually doesn't. And since Riccaboni was there, Shivani didn't have to talk as much, and it was so
the
much better.
The Ohio crowd was actually pretty decent. Probably still a little bit worn out from last night. Um,
Was this a live show or was this recorded with Final Battle?
this was a live show.
Okay, good, good.
But yeah, so and for those of you that got to watch Final Battle, I hope you enjoyed it. I did not. I don't have Ring of Honor, whatever it's called,
Honor Club.
Honor Club. I used to. I got it when it first went live because I was like, oh, I can watch all the old Ring of Honor stuff, and then I watched nothing for like 3 months, and I was like, canceling my subscription, waste of my money.
Yeah, I wish that WB would have just paid to have ROH on Max, and because I do kind of want to go back and watch like the early 2000s Ring of Honor.
To be fair, those are on the list of our retro review stuff. So
So we may have to buy Honor Club at some point, is what you're saying?
eventually, well, the good news is you can pay for all this stuff for a month at a time. So you just pay for it, and then if you don't use it, you cancel it.
Oh, I know.
Um,
I'm not so poor that that's a big deal, but
Technically, I
still,
could
I don't
afford
like
all.
having to manage it all.
Yeah, I could afford all of them monthly. That's not a problem. I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
rush the
just cut down a
subscription
bunch
things.
of streaming services last year, so I didn't have so many.
Oh, me too. I had to cut back. I had to cut out Crunchyroll, which made me sad because I do enjoy some of the stuff they have, but a lot of their
I have Crunchyroll. I can give you my uh,
a lot of their stuff,
info.
unfortunately, is also dubbed or not dubbed. Yeah, subbed is the word I was meaning.
Subbed.
Subbed. And here's the thing, guys. I
Yeah.
rarely watch and focus on watching. I'm usually also playing on my phone at the same time. It makes it really hard when they don't speak English, even if the voice acting's terrible.
Can't multitask if you've got to read
Right.
that little line at the bottom. And it's a
ADHD
bummer
ADHD
because,
does not allow me to just sit and focus. I cannot.
well, and it's weird, right? Because it has a lot of sub anime for shows that I know have dubs. Like the Shinmu anime is on there, and I know it has a dub because it was on Cartoon Network.
Right.
Why isn't the dubbed version on the American Crunchyroll? That makes no sense to me.
None.
None at all.
So if Ricochet listens to this, he'll enjoy every bit of that conversation. Um our anime nerd of the company.
No. Well, I'm sure there's a few, but
Probably. Ricochet will also never watch this show. So, AEW Collision, match one, they just kicked off the night with Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, which ended, I put my first sentence I wrote down was this should be a banger, and it was.
Mm-hmm. It was. This was my match of the night,
Nice.
even though
I'm
I
sure you know
know
what
the
mine is.
last match was really good. Yeah, I do. And we'll get there. These two had really good chemistry. It was back and forth.
Oh,
The right person won, even though I didn't necessarily want them to win.
that's gonna be a sentence you're gonna hear almost all night. Everybody seemed to really have really good chemistry with the people they were up against tonight. Like it was a pretty solid night.
Yeah. You're not going to hear a lot of bitching in this episode.
Roddy goes to do this dropping rib breaker, but OC stops, rolls him up, gets the 1-2-3. I didn't take
Yep.
a lot of notes as far as spots go because there wasn't anything that stood out like exponentially in terms of like usually you'll get like one to four crazy spots.
They played the hits, right?
Yep.
OC did his normal OC stuff. Roddy did a bunch of backbreakers. Tried to do a Boston Crab. It was just their normal moves and stuff, but it was just the way it flowed and the way it went back and forth. It was really good.
After the match was over, Roderick bounces and doesn't even like congratulate or anything to Orange Cassidy, which is
because he's not in the conglomeration.
It's Roddy,
even though everybody tries to say he's in the conglomeration.
Do you think they're ever going to just finally let him or do you think he's ever going to accept being in the conglomeration, or do you think he's finally going to pull Kyle away from it?
I think we're more likely that he's going to relent than we are that he's going to turn heel and go against them.
Right. Or listen, I wouldn't even be opposed to this being just how it is while they're around.
Right.
It's funny that
he's a member, but he's not really a member.
Right. Like his place in the video, he just gets away from the couch when everybody's being all friends.
Yeah, he just like throws his hands and just walks off.
I will say this: while the match was really good, I am bummed Roddy lost.
Yeah, he has no points.
He starts off basically 0-2 in the little tournament. Which
he's
is
the only one in the bracket that doesn't have points.
True. And Fletcher is the only one that hasn't lost a match yet. So.
Yep.
Or actually, Talk hasn't lost a match either. I'm sorry, he's not the only one.
They're both at 6.
But yeah, great match. Watch it if you have a chance.
Yeah.
We find out that Darby's out of the C2. And Jack Perry's going to take his place. I put in my notes, should have given it to Ace Austin. Funny, I wrote that down. We'll get to that later.
Right.
But I'm not against Jack Perry being in it either, though. I think There's
nothing wrong with Jack Perry, but he's a tag team wrestler. That's what I associate him with.
Right.
Not a singles wrestler. I would have rather another singles guy got it.
But, somebody's got to eat the pins, and Darby's out. So, I was really Darby ended up actually cutting a really good promo here too. So he's on top of the roof. He's pissed. He's bummed that the doctor just took him out of the C2. Basically, is what it boils down to.
You got to protect Darby from Darby.
There's some almost relentless hope that he has for Jack, where you could tell that he wants to kick Jack in the nuts, but at the same time, he's like, I hope you win the whole damn thing.
I've never really saw eye to eye with Jack Perry, but you know what? I hope you win the whole damn thing now.
Yeah. And he doesn't really know what's next for him. Now, here's the thing that I did find out. He actually did get injured, by the way, during that match.
Yeah.
And he was
legit in the hospital.
Legit in the hospital. Now, he wasn't there for very long. They even said that he was probably only in the hospital for a couple hours, and that's why it was like they were going to wait to see how things were going to turn up Saturday at the show. I'm curious as to what this does mean for him in terms of, is he going to be out to go ahead and fully heal from whatever it was, or if this is if it's something that is minor but was major enough to keep him out for like 2 weeks, right?
Right, where they couldn't slow down the brackets.
Right. I hope that's what it is, because like I don't want to see like, guys, listen. I have never and will never be one of those people that has Darby in like world championship caliber for me
No,
personally.
he could be a mid card. He would be a
But
good mid card champion.
he is a very vital piece to this company and has been for a while in terms of kind of like that heart and soul aspect of the company.
Uh-oh. Did we get cut off?
Shouldn't be. Can you hear me? Um,
Uh-oh. We may have lost Nick.
but yeah, no. But yeah, I am interested to see where this goes with Darby moving forward. What I was saying, you missed it because it decided to weak signal my ass. Um, what ended up I what I was saying was I think Darby's just has been like the heart and soul of AEW for the last couple of years, and is like way too like I consider him at this point way too vital to just be gone and out of the picture for super long periods of times. But we shall
I agree.
see where it goes. In ring segment. Stoke is again having the greatest night of his life. And he calls out the Bang Bang Gang, and they oblige. Cash says that they're living legends. Austin is the son of a legend and will only ever be known as Billy's boy. And Juice will only ever be known as Mr. Tony Storm.
Some acknowledgement of their marriage.
It's probably the first time on TV they have, to be honest.
I think so.
There's
the
way
only
more
time I can remember.
There's way more acknowledgement of her sleeping with half the women's roster.
That's true.
We know it's a story, guys. I'm just Jesus. Dax is really good at being a heel.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
he is.
Basically kind of repeats a lot of what Cash said, though, and then added on that Juice is a bag carrier because he's known Juice his whole career.
Yep.
It
was kind of rehash of what they said the last time they were out.
And then Austin was like, hey, yeah, you're right. I'm the son of a Hall of Famer, and Juice is the son of a carpenter, but Cash is the son of his first cousin, and Dax is just a son of a bitch. And I laughed. I was like, that was really well put together. That was creative. Juice was, and I loved what Juice said. Juice was like, I don't need a belt. We can take that $100,000 we want and buy tons of belts. He's like, what I want is a title. Thank you. I've never been a fan of them actually being called belts, even though I have myself called them belts. Titles and championships are what I like to refer to them as.
It puts more prestige on it.
And that was pretty much the promo. They bounced. Juice accidentally spit, and he Bill Coward his way through that promo and accidentally spit in Dax's face. And yeah, that's the end of that.
They're gonna fight at Dynamite this week, or is
no,
it the
no,
next
no.
week?
Winter's
Coming is this week, and then next week's the week after that's the Cardiff shows, right?
No. So Dynamite and Collision both have Winter's Coming episodes, and they are both they're both live, so it's not just being double taped.
Are those the ones in Cardiff?
So the one on the Dynamite one is, I believe they said Atlanta, and the one on Saturday is in Cardiff.
Okay.
So they're going to be at the Collision. Their match is going to be at the Collision Winter is Coming show.
Nice.
And then we get a pointless backstage Death Rider segment where the Death Riders are just being the Death Riders, talking shit about Mark, and Garcia thinks he's going to take the title. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't believe you, Mark.
We then get our second match of the night, which almost won my match of the night. Almost. But it was Claudio Castagnoli versus Mascara Dorada. Which, by the way, Mascara Dorada almost got himself injured at the show Saturday. He was actually taken out in a stretcher, or Friday, Thursday.
Friday. If you're talking about Final Battle, yeah, because he was in the main event,
No,
right?
no, no. It was a CMLL show.
Oh, okay, then maybe it wasn't Friday.
Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember when the CMLL show was. 3 people ended up being stretchered out. Dorado was one of them. He ended up being fine. Uh, there was one guy who took a nasty spill. Oh, it was a nasty spill. I'll have to send that to you. It was he tried to do some flippy dippy stuff. Back flipped and like landed on his face on the outside of the ring. It was rough. Um,
Ouch.
although he landed in a way that I'm actually pretty sure that he didn't necessarily need to be stretchered out either.
Maybe it was just a gimmick.
It could have
Maybe it
been.
was just a
Could have been.
kayfabe. That's what I was looking for.
But yeah, no. So again, I didn't write down a bunch of notes for this match specifically, but I did put Mascara Dorada ended up winning off of a shooting star press. Guys, I was not expecting Mascara Dorada to win this at all. However,
Me either.
They-
beat him clean as a sheet too.
they planted seeds of hope in the beginning. The announcers did, which is what they're supposed to do.
Yep.
And they had mentioned that Claudio had been the one that lost to Commander last year. If you remember, Commander only won one match, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure it was against Claudio.
That sounds about right.
And then you actually look at it, and I know what they're doing. So Claudio winning is going to end up setting up a rematch, or not Claudio. I'm sorry, Mascara winning is going to end up setting up a rematch for the CMLL title because, as you guys know, Claudio won the CMLL title.
Yep. He's been wearing it the last few weeks.
Now I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't think Mascara is going to win it. I think that's where Claudio is going to get his win back. My guess is he's not going to lose the title until he has a rematch with Mystico.
Probably. But it makes a lot of sense booking wise.
Right. And I do think this actually ended up being a really good match. Dude, Claudio just works well with whoever. Dude, you could put any man or woman, probably for that matter,
Probably.
against Claudio, and Claudio's going to make him look good.
Yeah, he's a worker, man.
Claudio has been one of those dudes. So back when he was in WWE as Cesaro, which I still accidentally call him from time to time because he was there for like 15 years.
Sometimes you call him Cesaro.
Yeah, Cesaro. But back when he was
My
Cesaro,
wife still calls him Cesaro
back
because of you.
back when he was the Swedish Superman. I always was confused on why they never put a world title on him
Yeah, they never pushed him.
because he had so many of like the best matches around the time he was hot.
Yeah.
But for whatever, and he's honestly better on the mic than people give him credit for. Like he's not The Rock, he's not like an Austin or anything like that. But he does a very believable, menacing character well.
Yeah.
Very
I
good
don't
at
disagree.
being like, I'm gonna beat your ass, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
That's all he needs to be.
And he's good. So I mean, he's a full package in that aspect. He's never going, and I know why they never put a title on him. He's never going to be over the top, charismatic Dusty Rhodes type.
Yeah, his wrestling is what gives him charisma, and not
Yes.
his like attitude and promo and
That's why
presence and stuff.
that's why I was happy to see him win the Ring of Honor World Title when he came over to AEW, and
Me too, because he had never won a world title.
even now being the CMLL World Champion's pretty cool too.
Agreed.
And apparently they caught some major heat with that decision. Boy, when I say I don't mean real heat, I mean like fan heat. So apparently they had to be escorted out of the arena in Mexico because of the fans.
Oh, the Death Riders.
Yeah. That's how
Did
you
they
do
win
it.
nefariously?
I don't know how he won. I just had seen that he had won, and like they were crowded outside of the arena and people were throwing shit.
Nice.
That's what I miss in wrestling, by the way. People
That's some old school 80s or 70s and 80s heat.
Yeah, it was. So post this match, we get a backstage sit down interview that, listen, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't need. I don't necessarily think it's bad. by any means. But so it's a sit down interview between the Babes of Wrath and Timeless Love Bombs. And all of them are kind
Yeah.
of just being goofy. They're being themselves. Let's be real.
Right.
Um, and just basically kind of being like, "Oh, we're gonna win," and then the other side's like, "Oh no, we're gonna win." Uh,
Yeah, they were just putting them they were just trying to get the match over. They were putting it over.
right.
Shivani was doing what he does best.
Shivani actually
staying
said,
the fuck out of the way.
Shivani actually said, "Fuck it, I'll drink to that."
Right?
They blurted out because it said "beep it."
Yes, they
But-
did. Well, it was a pre-tape.
Yeah, unless you watch his actual podcast, you'd almost never hear this man cuss.
I have watched this podcast. I don't like Tony Schiavone, the person. I actually like a lot, but like,
He's very knowledgeable
Commentator.
about the business. He's been in it for like 50 years, 40, 50 years, something like that.
yeah, just his commentating is no bueno.
He has, so surprisingly, I have watched some of his earlier stuff, and when I mean earlier stuff, I'm talking like earlier, like Starcade stuff, the first few Starcades.
I don't remember him being this bad when I was watching WCW. But
I don't know if it's so obviously it's still not great. It's Tony Schiavone. However, again, being as we've been so spoiled with commentating for most of our lives,
thanks, JR.
he stands out like a sore thumb, and it sucks because I don't even think he's a bad commentator. It's just we've had it so good for so
Yep.
long that it's just like but no. So after the interview, we get speaking of Tony, an in-ring segment where Tony invites Swerve Strickland to the ring, and we finally get our first vocal moment from Swerve since he's come back.
Yes.
And I thought he killed it. He didn't stutter over his words. Because usually he gets so hyped up that he'll like have a moment where he completely drops the
He'll
ball.
stammer. Yeah.
And he was straight to the point. He was like, "I want the title," and he's like, "And Joe, you're running from me because I was the last one to beat you for the title."
Yeah.
He's like,
He's
in
pretty
fact,
much saying I'll go through everybody, even if I got to go through all the dojo people to
oh.
get to.
he says, "In fact, I made history off your ass." And then he talks about but apparently I have to go through all these dojo people like it's Dynasty Warriors, and I popped.
I knew you would.
Now I want to see somebody draw a picture of Swerve in a Dynasty Warriors Chinese outfit going through people. And listen, if I have to use AI to get it, I will. Okay? I am not against doing stuff for personal enjoyment. No, I won't share it with you guys because, that's personal enjoyment. So then Swerve said that Hangman and Swerve had the best rivalry probably in the history of AEW, which I could say arguably, maybe.
It's up there. I'd say it's up there. I don't know if I'd go like the be all end all, but it's up there.
It's up there with like on the men's side. I can't think of too many. I mean, the Punk MJF one was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
I think
Omega and Hangman.
Omega and Hangman was pretty good. I do think Tony Storm and Mariah May was pretty good.
I would agree with that.
So I mean, there's some top tier rivalries that have happened in AEW.
Sure.
And then, to my surprise, Josh Alexander comes out. Or no, before that, he did offer his services for the tag match on Dynamite with Hangman, which we all knew was going to be his tag partner anyways. We're not.
Right. I mean, he all but said it on Dynamite.
Yeah. So then Josh Alexander comes out. Killed it on the mic as well, dude. Josh Alexander's so underutilized, guys.
So much. Like, I liked his inclusion into the Don Callis family in the beginning.
But now he's shining over the Don Callis family. Like, okay, we just need to get him away from them.
Well, yeah, but he's shining, but at the same time, he's being overshadowed by Okada and Fletcher and Tak.
Right. and he's good. Like obviously, there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, yeah, but he ended up hurting. Oh boy, and it's like, dude, accidents happen,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you, Ibushi does not hold that against him. Uh,
No, shit happens.
Shit happens.
And Ibushi will come back at some point, I'm sure.
But he did say that this is Don Callis's house now, not Swerve's house. He said it was Okada that put Swerve out. But it makes sense that he doesn't go after the family because he's scared of the family. He doesn't like Swerve, and personally thinks he should be going for the world championship. Which I thought it was a bold move to put Josh into the hunt for the world title because I love it because I think he's that good.
Right.
But it just shocked me because he has been overshadowed so much by everything else going on in the Don Callis family between Okada and Tak going at it, between everybody being involved in the C2,
The Young Bucks thing as well.
the Young Bucks thing. Even though I also still think Josh should have been the one in C2, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. They could have had him in there instead of fucking Jack Perry.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel like so basically he offers he Swerve finally cuts him off, says, "What the hell do you want?" And Josh is like basically proposes a number one contendership match at Winter is Coming at Collision. So we're going to get Swerve and Hangman versus Hobbs and Shibata on Wednesday.
Yep.
And then Saturday, we're going to get Swerve versus Josh.
Yes.
That excites me.
Yeah.
And I feel like Josh is a good person to have Swerve come back as his first in-ring opponent because Josh is going to be able to help get Swerve back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Going to be a lot of selling because Josh's offense is kind of leg based, so
Right.
he's going to be selling Hook. God, I called him Hook. Swerve is going to be selling like crazy, probably his leg.
He will. At that point, Shibata slid in from behind, hit him in the knee, his new surgically repaired knee.
Mm-hmm.
And then just walked off. Josh said, "See you next week." Tossed the mic into the ring, and walked off himself.
Yep.
Monet is backstage and doesn't want to talk about last night's match, and the announcer was trying to get her ass whooped for asking a bunch of stupid questions.
Lexi? Was it Lexi's her name?
But they're just
Yeah.
playing on Monet having her 12 belts, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna beat Layla Gray's ass because I'm the greatest TBS champion in the world ever in history."
Of all time.
I agree personally, but
I don't think it's really all that hard to be, but I
there's
1000% agree.
there's not much of a lineage there.
It's Jade Cargill, Chris Statlander, and her, right?
And
there's been other people.
Julia and those are the only women that I know that has held the
Thunder
TBS title.
Rosa, Thunder Rosa as well, I think, wasn't she?
Wasn't she just the world
Or
champion?
no, she was the world champion. But regardless,
listen.
not a ton of killers there.
I can pull up the full list right here. We have.
Do it.
Oh, there's been 5: Jade, Chris, Julia, Willow, and Mercedes. I think we nailed them.
We didn't mention Willow.
Willow.
I forgot about Willow.
Willow's actually the one that
Who
beat
Jade
Julia.
Cargill. I
No.
thought she beat Jade Cargill.
So Chris beat Jade because Jade was the
Chris
first.
beat her. You're right.
I knew that.
You are correct.
And then I knew Julia beat Chris. I forgot Julia lost it to Willow. I thought she lost it to Mercedes.
No, Mercedes beat Willow, right?
But yeah, so Mercedes beat Willow. So the longest reign is Mercedes. She's held it for 547. She's already passed Jade. The second longest was Chris at 174. Julia held it for 155, and then Willow's was only a 35-day reign,
Yeah, she was a transitional champion.
which is a bummer because she's great, but
Yeah.
maybe she'll be a tag champ for longer if they win. We'll see.
I don't know who's winning that match.
I don't either. I think the correct choice is the Babes of Wrath. Um, in,
I kind of agree with you.
in terms of here's the thing, I think either one of them will work. Either one of them will be fine.
Sure.
I just think the right thing, what I think is best in my opinion for the company is to give it to Willow and Harley.
Harley.
I think Willow would be a great first time opening champion for that. And Harley's gotten way better than she started off
Sure.
as. Like she's progressed quite a bit. And I don't think Tony and Mina need it at all.
I agree. I don't know what they're going to do with them post this, but I think the Babes of Wrath should win as well.
But that's one of those matches I don't have any stakes in terms of personal attachment.
I would
guess.
be happy with either.
Right.
So I have no preference.
I'm fine with either as well. So then so Monet comes to the ring and wrestles Layla. Monet cut her off in the ring as soon as she was like while she was doing her entrance stuff. The match was kind of happening. They went to commercial break and then it came back and almost within 30, it felt like it was like within 30 seconds of the commercial break, Mercedes made Layla tap. I don't know if they rushed it because something went over or if maybe Layla got hurt. Because Layla was selling her knee. I say selling. If it was a real injury, that's not selling. But she was showing favor to the knee. And like I said, it felt like it ended abruptly. But yeah. Then this is where I was confused and why I don't necessarily know. Post match, Christopher comes in to check on Layla, and then Monet kicked him in the dick.
CD was out there just to bump.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels took one bump, dropped him right on his fucking head.
Well, he took that Meteora off of the apron early in the match.
Dropped him on his head.
Yeah, right on the guardrail.
And then she goes, grabs Shivani's headset, yells she's still the greatest TBS champion of all time, launched the headset like across the arena. It wasn't that far, but it definitely didn't make it back to Shivani very quickly. It made me laugh, though, and gave me at least a commercial break and a half without hearing him. Then we get
CEO.
What I wrote down is probably a top 5 Eddie promo for me.
I mean, it was a good promo. I don't know if it was top 5 for him. He's done some. Good ones.
So it was, oh man. Eddie, in my opinion, is at his best when he's emotional about what he has to say.
Yeah, when he's emotional and there's stakes involved.
And he was, he started off like any other normal Eddie Kingston promo. It was like, I have an opportunity to become a world champ. And he's like, Joe, you're not going to get into my head because, you know what? I'm already in my head every day. He basically said that he cares about wrestling. He cares about AEW. He's afraid that the younger guys are going down the wrong path. And obviously this is kind of also not just a poke at Hook, but you look at like Daniel Garcia who joined the Death Riders. You still got Yuta over in the Death Riders. And Yuta's definitely fully drank the Kool-Aid over there. But And he's like, I don't want them to do that. AEW is supposed to be different than everywhere else. AEW is supposed to be the place that you get rewarded for working hard and doing well. Um, he's like, I came back after being shell for 18 months and it's shit. And he was like, Joe, you've become everything that you've basically hated about everyone else. Um, and I'll tell you what. I do not think there is a shot in hell Eddie Kingston wins this championship. But if you want to surprise a bunch of people, you entertain the idea that it might happen.
Oh, I think there's going to be tons and tons and tons of false finishes. I wouldn't even be surprised if it ended in some sort of schmoz
Probably.
where Joe just kind of,
The ops are
gets
going to be
himself out of
involved.
the match. Sure. Which may bring out, Hangman and Swerve, and it, just dissolve into a big schmoz.
I do think we're going to end up with at least a 3-way at the pay-per-view. Funny enough, we've already had this 3-way. I do think it's at least going to be Joe, Swerve, and Hangman at the pay-per-view. My only
Oh, you think it's going to be a triple threat?
I do. And because here's the thing. Realistically, I know there's not a rematch clause in AEW. And I'm pretty sure WWE's pretty much gotten rid of theirs as well. Although, I love that WWE used to use that as a story thing, by the way. It used to be a thing. You always had a chance to get your title back.
They still kind of do. They pick and choose.
Right. But I think if anyone's deserving of a rematch, it would be Hangman. Because, be fair, he got screwed out of it.
Yeah. Hook got him.
And I do think Swerve has a point as far as being the last person to beat Joe for a world title. Now, I don't know if I don't know if it's right for him to come back and basically just get a title shot. That is very Charlotte Flair of his thoughts.
Well, he's not the next contender. I mean, Eddie is. So this allows his intentions to be known. Also allows him to get some matches underneath his belt to justify his position that he's been talking about the entire time he's been back, which will justify the match.
But all things said, notice I said it's at least probably going to be a triple threat match. I would not be surprised if it doesn't become a 4-way dance and Eddie Kingston gets put in there.
Dude, we could have a match later on where Hangman fights Swerve for the number 1 contendership.
Which
and
would be
still may be just a one-on-one.
Which would be a
there's
banger
all kinds
match.
of different ways. There's all kinds of ways they could go.
Absolutely. The only thing I do know is they've got like 2 weeks before the pay-per-view.
World's End. Yeah.
So they got to figure some shit out quick.
Very true.
But yeah, no, I love the promo. It was you guys got to remember too. I've only been watching AEW for like 3 years now. I know Eddie's been there for a long time. So, yeah, top 5 promo from Eddie for me. Backstage segment. The Sisters of Sin did some things. Match 4.
Yeah, this was the weakest. This was one of the weaker segments in the thing.
So
it didn't make them look bad, but it didn't make them look as good as they thought they were going to make them look.
The point of this segment really wasn't even to show off the Sisters of Sin. The point of this segment was to show that Maya World and O-Girl were backstage. And it's been heavily. I think they've officially been signed.
I don't know if they've been signed, but they definitely are being utilized more. Especially since the other 2 girls walked out and was like, "That doesn't work for me, brother."
Who is Maya World's tag partner? I don't ever remember. Jada Stone. I can never remember Jada Stone's name for some reason. Maya Worlds is easy to remember because of the name's just really weird. Maya World. Uh However, I want to say I think that Fightful put up a graphic.
Well, what does Maya World think say? As I yawn. Sorry, everybody. I've been up a long time.
So, according to Google, Hyan in Maya World. Hyan is the name, not Jada, whatever. Uh, so they're not officially signed. I don't know. They might not be officially signed, but they are backstage quite often.
No, they're being utilized.
Right.
Well, especially since those other two girls walked off. The former WWE chick that I can't remember the name of.
Right. But they were a couple of the women that were getting their ass beat backstage. They were the ones that came in to try and stop the Sisters of Sin, and it did not work. Did not work. So then, after that happened, and like I said, Over and Above All felt like a very pointless segment. But again, I am pretty sure they did it to get the two girls on TV again. And it does kind of at least have a purpose. It just
It keeps the Sisters of Sin on TV. It attempts to make them look strong. And they kind of needed it, especially after losing in the tag tournament.
Yeah. So, last week, Ricochet announced he was going to be defending his championship at both Final Battle, and it was like he set it up as like an open challenge match for Collision, is how he made it sound. Now, with that being said, he obviously beat Dalton Castle at Final Battle.
Yep.
Which we all knew was going to happen. There was a really fun segment, though, where he booted one of Dalton Castle's people. I don't know what they're called.
They're called the Boys. One of the Boys.
Well, one of the boys caught a boot to the fucking face, and Dalton almost flipped the fuck out. It was great. Now, with that being said, I had obviously no clue who Ricochet was going to be wrestling, and it turns out this is my match of the night. It ended up being Austin Ace versus Ricochet for the national championship.
This was good, but I thought their first match was better.
Funny enough, you had mentioned you're like, yeah, they're Go is going to interfere, and it's going to cause the loss for Austin, or Ace Austin, which was not exactly what happened. But they did interfere. It was just early on.
In like 3 different occasions.
The good news is, though, Austin fought off pretty much all of it pretty well, might I add.
Austin looked good in defeat. Yeah, I mean, good match. Austin looked good. Ricochet got the win.
Ricochet went to dive into the corner and almost killed himself. It's all good.
Oh, yeah, he landed right on his damn head.
He went to like flip into Austin. Austin moved and he flipped into the turnbuckle, but it dropped him right on the back of his noggin. It's fantastic. Yep. Ace ended up hitting a beautiful gut wrench power bomb that was called a Doctor Bomb by Riccaboni, which is what it was. Don't get me wrong, but
yep. I was about to say Dr. Death Steve Williams. That's how he did his.
Ace caught a low blow attempt from Ricochet, flipped him, and then Ricochet landed on his feet and immediately hit the Spirit Gun. I always type it in as Gallic Gun, by the way, and then somebody says Spirit Gun, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, you're confusing your anime and your wrestling.
And then he hit him with his other move, which I don't know what it's called.
Oh, I don't remember what they called it either. I thought he was just going to pin him with the Spirit Gun. I didn't know he was going to do the other thing.
But the real reason that Austin Ace was in this match, post-match, FTR comes out and jumps Ace in the ring. And then Bang Bang Gang come out and clean house and save the day. And then we get match 5. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. All 4 of the 5 matches could have been match of the night for me. I loved them all, dude. They were all so well done and all so different.
Yeah,
This was a
that's what made this show so good.
Blue League C2 match, John Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita. And there's a lot of people, by a lot of people, all 5 of you that actually watched the show, that probably think I would have hated the slow pacing of this match, but I actually liked it. And there's a
There
reason.
was some psychology in this match.
And there's a reason. I don't like slow matches for the sake of just eating time. But I don't mind there being slow
Which you
matches.
can't do, which you can't do with these matches because there's only 20 minutes. So
Right. I don't mind when there's slow moments in a match and it's at least broken up by things that are entertaining. I start to struggle when it's like 5 to 7 minutes of just rest holds. Do something exciting to break up those 5 to 7 minutes from time to time, and I'm usually fine. And that's what these guys did. They would start to kind of put in a rest hold, and then something explosive would happen. And then there'd be a couple more little rest holds, a couple more explosive things happen.
you can work on a body part doing more than just grinding it on the mat
Right.
in a rest hold.
John eventually, honestly, spent a lot of the match selling his ankle from the Kyle match from the pay-per-view. Takeshita, dude, did this.
Takeshita.
My bad, Takeshita, whatever. Listen, he did this move. There was like a dragon screw, but for the ankle. I don't know how to explain this, guys. So the only thing I could think of is Mox goes to kick him, and he catches his foot, and he's holding on to it. And while he's holding on to this foot, he does this like flip or somersault like thing and twists the ankle.
Yep.
It looks.
He's trying to hyperextend the ankle.
It looked so good, and I had never seen this done in wrestling before in my life. I've seen tons of dragon screws. Don't get me wrong. This was not a dragon screw, though, and I don't know what to call it. But it was cool, and I want to see people do it more often.
Yep.
Mox hit a hell of a stomp on Takeshita on the apron. Takeshita sold it really well and actually had his hands in perfect position to slap the apron hard enough to make it sound vicious.
Yep, he slapped it hard and then rolled right onto the floor. So he didn't like linger onto the apron.
This is the first time I've ever seen 2 men get into a slap fight for Joe. It's usually a punch fight where they trade punches. These motherfuckers were slapping each other.
They traded elbows later in the match.
Takeshita went to set up for an announce table spot, and the table collapsed. Just collapsed. Like,
he went to move the little hood thing off, and the whole damn table just disintegrated into itself.
I'm guessing it's the same table from the show last night, so it probably didn't get put together very well. Now, funny enough, so this happens, and I immediately go, I am not the table. Thinking I was funny. And Takeshita didn't care, by the way. Not at all.
Oh, he did not.
He just looked at the table, was like, all right, and slammed Mox into a broken table.
Yeah, he's like, hey, that piece right there is somewhat still sticking up. I'm going to drop you on that piece of wood sticking up.
I feel bad because Mox caught the other piece of wood in the face after it fell on top of him.
Yeah, and he was marked up on his back from taking that spot.
Yeah, he was. I'll tell you what, though. He'd have wanted it like that. Mox is a weird dude. Drop me on the fucking table anyways.
That's his outlet, man.
But yeah, Talk dropped him through the wreckage. I put LMAO. This is amazing. Mox hit a random RKO out of nowhere. Congratulations.
Yep.
Takeshita ends up. I did it again. Takeshita. Konosuke Takeshita hits a raging fire for the win.
Yep, which is just a falcon arrow.
And again, I would have put fantastic, well-paced match even with the fucked up table spot. But to be fair, the table spot wasn't even that fucked up because Mox still ate the table. It was just already collapsed.
The only thing that was different was the state of the table that he got dropped on.
And honestly, I love wrestling more when it's like that, dude, because like so many times you'll see, like, listen, It does not happen often, but every now and again, regardless of promotion, the table will just collapse. I've seen it happen in WWE. I've seen it happen in AEW, and both times it was handled beautifully. In the WWE, they just went to the other table because they were like, "Fuck it." In AEW, there was no other table, so he just got dropped through the wreckage. I'm fine with that.
Right?
I don't
Improvisation.
Listen.
Improvisation.
I watched a WCW match today because I've been working on the Slamboree pay-per-view over the last few days, and Sting brought a table into the match because it's a lights-out match, which is one of the 50,000 words for hardcore match. And dude, this table never broke. It was never set up to break, but this table was like 6 to 8 inches thick. You could tell it was solid, and this was before they started actually gimmicking tables. And people just got thrown into it, and it looked like it hurt.
It's a big solid block table.
Absolutely, dude. It was woo. So then the weird thing though with this match, so Talk wins. He gets his he gets his 3 count. And then the Death Riders start to walk out and almost surround the ring in a way, but not to block him from leaving. It's like they circled around and kind of surrounded it from the other side and was telling Talk.
It doesn't help. The announcers brought a lot of attention to it. Well, like something was about to happen.
Right. And
then the show just ended.
Yeah, Talk was about to bounce. They were like, the Death Riders are out. Are coming out. And then Talk was starting to walk towards the ropes to leave, and then the show cuts off. So we don't even get to see what happened. Like, I was getting hype. I had a second where I was like, oh, he's about to get jumped out. But then I thought about it, and I was like, you can't jump him out. Not when oh, dude, also, not when, I about called him Cesaro. It happens, guys. It happens. Not when Claudio also lost tonight. That's kind of hypocritical. But I think it's coming, guys. I think it's close to happening. I think we are... I think it'll happen right after the tournament's over. I think he's going to lose his last match in the tournament and then get jumped out. That's my prediction. And that's what I hope happens.
We'll see. Hurry up and Bullet Club his ass out of there.
But yeah. And again, it was just a really well-paced show. Well-paced show.
It was the easiest watch ever. Matches were all good. It was it was better than Dynamite.
It was. I even didn't fast forward through the commercials that I could have because I forgot I could do it.
I didn't either.
I just sat there and was like, cool.
I was finishing making dinner and stuff, and I was kind of during the commercial because I had just something simmering while I was waiting for other stuff to bake, and I was just like letting the commercials play, I was watching the picture-in-picture, and then when it went to like actual commercials is when I would get up, and by the time I got back, it was right at the end of the thing each time. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I even rewound when the one time I didn't come back on time just to see what had happened. And I never do that. If I miss something, I'm usually like, eh.
Right. Also, listen, hear me out, guys. I am not an NXT guy, but I did see some of the results from tonight's Deadline PLE. By some, just whatever people happen to post on Twitter, because I don't go searching for this shit. I'm happy to hear that Oba beat Ricky Saints for the world title back. What that does mean is when we watch main event next weekend, it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Oba Femi, which should be a pretty decent match. A lot of people thought that Ricky Saints was going to win because whoever won that match was going to go face Cody at the Saturday night's main event. But I'm glad it's Obi. I called him Obi. Oba. Obi Trice. Real names, no gimmicks. Sorry.
I knew he was going to do that.
I'm also happy that Ricky Saints lost because fuck that guy. And then I don't hate it. I don't hate him as a guy, guys. I think he's a boring ass wrestler. What do you hate, or what do you not understand?
Here's the thing I don't understand. how long are they going to keep Obi down there?
Yeah,
Or
you called
Oba?
him Obi. I did it too. Don't worry. Ah,
How long are they going to keep him down there? What's he been like champion 3 times now? Like when is he making?
no, I think this is his second reign.
But
Um,
he's been down there forever. It seems like.
I think they're waiting for people to be able to come up to take that spot. Now, post match, Tony D'Angelo showed up. It's his first
Uh
time.
huh.
Huh?
Yeah, he returned.
Yeah, it's his first time being back in 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, months. He wasn't gone with an
I don't watch
injury.
it. I don't watch NXT, so I have no
Yeah,
idea.
I don't like. So he, I don't even think he left from injury. If I remember correctly, the family fell apart or some shit. Everyone split, and he just disappeared.
So he was off until Creative had something for him.
My guess is he will probably be the one to beat Femi for the title because they've been building him up. To my understanding, I'm saying this as somebody who does not watch the fucking show. I'm just going by what I see post on Twitter. But it seems like he's been getting built up to be world champion material for NXT. So my guess is he'll probably be the one to beat Femi, and then Femi will be main roster bound. The only thing is, I have seen Obafemi's entrance like 3 times because I've watched 3 NXT PLEs in the last several months. 2 years. I think it's been 2 years.
Usually watch the stand and
I
delivers.
I watch Stand and Deliver every WrestleMania season because they're usually really good shows, and then I think I caught one random ass one because I was on Peacock one day looking for something to watch, and it popped up that it was live, and I was like, fuck it. Um, I don't like NXT, but
I like the Shawn Michaels run NXT. It's pretty awful most of the time.
my other thing I wanted to talk about, I cannot wait for Ethan Page to go to the main roster.
I've always been an Ethan Page fan.
I
Even when
was
he was
too.
in AEW when he wasn't being used.
Did you watch the video I sent you?
The video from earlier? No, I didn't click on the link.
Oh, okay. It's
The
basically
Velcro thing.
so he has snaps for his title, and he actually says
Right.
yeah, that's right. I don't have Velcro for my title because I'm not a big dork. um, and I agree with him. I've always listen. Toys, absolutely. Throw Velcro on the toys. It is what it is.
Who's had an actual belt that's had Velcro?
All of the main roster belts have Velcro. It's ridiculous.
Really? I thought they had the
Um,
snappy buttons.
Somebody not too long ago, I want to say it might have been Roman, just wrapped the motherfucker around his waist and it's just stuck to itself. And it was at an angle, like it made an X in his back and stuff. And I just think it looks like shit. I have never been a fan of Velcro.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, modern WWE uses Velcro on the main championship belts, especially for TV presentation because it allows for quick and easy fastening and removal, which is a quote unquote essential, as I'm putting, for live shows.
Yep. Large Velcro strips. Ugh.
Yeah, I hate it, and I noticed it a couple years ago, and it's one of the things that I just fucking despise, dude. I hate it with a passion. Sorry, I, I don't know how many more times I can say I hate it, but I hate it. Ugh.
Yeah, I didn't. I just apparently am not very observant because I just assumed they just always had the buckles, or not the buckles, but the buttons.
But yeah, I don't.
Like every belt ever.
Well, that's because they still have the design that the buttons are there, and that makes it even cheaper, in my opinion.
That makes it even worse. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all.
They saw some kid's backyard wrestling video and saw that it had Velcro. I was like, hey, that's a good idea. But sir, all of our toys have always had Velcro. Now our main belts can. Sorry, that's the best Vince voice I can give right now.
Yeah, that's awful. Awful. Shame on them.
And my Vince voice. So, anyways, I just wanted to mention those things, and we're done. So, we love y'all. Joe's gonna go try and heal up, and we will talk to you all next time. Deuces.
Later.